What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm gonna be reacting to top 5 most disturbing videos caught on security camera. Hope you enjoyed the video. If y'all do, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. Let's get it.
Jason Harley Clofer, a 41-year-old disabled man living in Murphy, North Carolina, was sleeping alongside his wife inside their home, a camper trailer parked on their property on Upper Bear Paw Road, when they were suddenly woken up very early in the morning by something extremely unsettling.
It's Bigfoot.
And the craziest part is that everything was captured on the security
someone
camera
shot a light
they had
inside?
set up inside the camper. Now, let me explain why they were woken up in the first place. On December 12th, 2022, just before 11:20 p.m., someone called 911 claiming to be Clofer's neighbor. The caller was a woman named Emily Floyd, and she reported hearing fireworks, loud arguments, and possible gunshots coming from Jason's trailer. She also told dispatchers that she feared he may have harmed his wife and warned them that Jason was armed and dangerous. Police immediately responded to the property, but deputies
he got swatted.
were unable to make contact with anyone inside the camper. Fearing they might be dealing with a hostage situation, authorities obtained a search warrant and eventually called in the Cherokee Indian Police Department SWAT team to assist.
Oh, the SWAT in?
Fast forward several hours later. It was now 4:50.
So he did get swatted.
Jason and his wife were asleep the entire time, not screaming, not arguing, just sleeping and dreaming while a full SWAT team stood outside their trailer. Then suddenly, officers opened the door and deployed a robotic camera inside to see what was happening.
Wilderness Whispers. Go check him out. Go subscribe. Look at the little light. Imagine you sleeping, right, and you hear noise, so you wake up, and then you look on the floor and you see a robot just sitting on the floor. And you're like, what the fuck is that? Hope this music ain't copyrighted.
Both Jason and his wife were completely confused about what was happening.
Like,
They
what
had
is
just woken
that?
up with no idea.
I'd be like, bro,
that
aliens
police had
done
surrounded
came to
their
my
trailer
house.
for hours. Jason lit up a cigarette and got up to check what was going on. As he was walking toward the door, he suddenly noticed something sitting in the middle of the trailer. Confused, he looked at it like, what the hell is this? And picked it up. That was one of the worst things he could have done. But at the same time, he had literally just woken up.
Yeah,
he had no clue what was
like, what are you supposed to do? You see a robot, and be like,
police were there, and no idea that the object in his hands was actually a robotic camera deployed by SWAT.
hey, like, what is
Still holding
this?
the robot, Jason walked to the door and opened it. And that's where things became truly unsettling.
Please don't tell me they started shooting at this man. Ain't no way they just did this to this man.
I'm shot! What the hell? I'm shot! He's shot! What the hell did you do? Fuck! I'm dead! I'm shot! I'm shot! I'm shot!
There ain't no way they just did this, bro.
No! 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 Oh, shot! No! He can't! He's shot! I'm shot! He's disabled! He's shot! Please! Shot! Can't hear this! I can't hear this!
Damn, bro.
Officers rushed into the trailer, sweeping the entire place with guns drawn, while Jason was lying on the ground in critical condition, desperately needing help. The reason they had opened fire was because they believed he had a weapon in his hand, but in reality, he was only holding the robotic camera they had thrown inside moments earlier. Jason was eventually pulled out of the trailer and rushed to the hospital. He had been shot in the chest and arm, with bullets tearing through his liver, stomach, and even the lining around his heart. He spent an entire week hospitalized, waking up from surgery with 70 staples across his chest, 20 stitches in his arm, and a tube down his throat. But one of the most disturbing parts came only hours after the shooting. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office released a statement claiming that Klopfer had engaged in a verbal altercation with officers and confronted them as he came out of the camper. The way they described it made him sound like the aggressor in the situation. Jason was then charged with communicating threats, as well as resisting, obstructing, and delaying
no way,
officers.
bro.
And honestly, what makes this whole thing so unsettling is that the police probably would have gotten away with that version of the story.
Had it not been for that camera, that's why you always gotta have a camera.
Questioning anything.
Always record, no matter what. Always
They
record.
didn't know. Jason had a security camera inside the trailer recording everything. It captured that he wasn't resisting. It captured that he did not have a gun in his hand. And it also recorded this.
Hey, bro. Hey, camera.
Bruh. Where's the firearm he had? Don't ever open the door. Hey, don't ever open the door. Any cops go to your house, don't ever open your door.
One of them couldn't hold it in and started swearing out of frustration, and the other immediately snapped back. Shut up. We have cameras, referring to their body cams that were still recording everything. At that point, they realized Jason didn't have a gun. But what they didn't realize was that Jason's own security camera inside the trailer had captured the entire incident as well. In the aftermath, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Tribal Council unanimously approved an ordinance change exempting police car and body cam footage from the tribe's public records law, a move that came directly after the shooting and was widely seen as an attempt to reduce transparency. However, once the footage from inside the trailer was eventually released, it became clear why the body cam recordings were so controversial in the first place. About a month and a half after Jason Klopfer publicly released the home security footage on January 2023, the false charges against him were dropped. Despite that, in December 2023, Special Prosecutor Lance Sigman declined to file criminal charges against any of the officers involved, and no detailed explanation was ever made public. More than 2.5 years after the shooting, law enforcement agencies agreed to settle his civil lawsuit for $10 million.
$10 million.
Klopfer described the settlement as blood money, saying he and his wife were not celebrating, and for good reason. He received that money because he almost died that night, and because he was lucky enough to have a camera recording everything. But it really makes
That's why they say always record,
bro.
Always record.
And also, the woman who called the police, nothing happened to her.
That's what I don't understand. How you call the police and fake it? Like, clearly she didn't hear nothing. She just probably didn't like this person. How you call the police and it was a lie and you don't get in trouble for it? You lied. They almost killed this man and you just like, oh, I thought I heard something. Oh my God, bro.
5th, 2017, a 33-year-old woman was walking across Putney Bridge.
I want to ride one of
in
them
London
buses, but that's in London.
Extremely unsettling happened, and thankfully it was captured on a camera mounted
always
on the
record,
back of
always
a
record, no
bus.
matter what.
While she was just minding her own business, a jogger ran past her and suddenly pushed her into the street. She fell directly in front of an oncoming bus. The driver, traveling at around 12 miles per hour, had Formula One level reaction time and swerved just in time, missing her by only inches. If he had been going any faster or hadn't reacted instantly,
if it was going any faster, it would have
survived.
It wouldn't have ended like that.
What's even more shocking is that the man just kept running, not even turning back to see what happened. Nobody could really come up with an explanation for why he did it,
what?
but it's clear he wasn't in a normal state of mind. Strangely, about 15 minutes later, the jogger returned to the same spot. The woman tried to confront him, but he ignored her and continued running. I think he was just in his own world and didn't care about anything around him. But this is exactly the kind of behavior
get this
that's
man,
most
bro. Somebody need to
dangerous
find
in
this man.
society. Luckily, the bus's dash cam recorded everything, and that footage launched a police investigation. The jogger was described as a white man in his 30s, with brown eyes and short brown hair. Police reviewed 50 possible suspects and arrested 3 men, but all were released without charge. After a year of searching with no results, the case was closed in June 2018. It's crazy to think about how someone
Really couldn't
almost
find
took
a
a
dude?
life for no clear reason and was never identified. Watching my videos will really make you realize how many people like that are out there, unpredictable, walking among us every day in cities, forests, everywhere, and you can never really know what their next
Forests?
move will be, but it never stops being shocking. On a night in July 2016, a couple, Jack McArcher and his girlfriend Jordan Baranskis,
This man look like
were
some
at home
actor.
watching TV when they eventually fell asleep on the couch. It was just an ordinary night, but the next day Jordan realized she couldn't find her purse. She started searching everywhere, turning the whole house upside down, but there was no trace of it. Of course, when she couldn't find it, she immediately started arguing with her boyfriend. Jack mentioned that she probably forgot it at the restaurant the night before, but of course, it somehow ended up being his fault anyway. That's just how it goes. After arguing for a bit, they remembered that they had a security camera inside the house, probably because this wasn't the first time she had lost her purse.
Don't tell me it's
aside,
like
that evening they
ghost
decided
or
to
something.
check the footage from one of their home surveillance cameras and rewound it to around 3:30 a.m., where what they saw completely terrified them.
If somebody walks in, like a ghost man walks in, I'm turning it off. Oh, somebody in the house. Somebody living in the house.
A few hours prior, the couple had fallen asleep on the couch while they were watching TV and forgot to lock the doors into the house.
Somebody walked in the
allowed
house?
man to enter and sneak in
I
undetected.
don't understand how you forget to lock the doors in here. This is the first thing I do when I go inside. I lock the door. How you forget, bro?
He walked slowly to the top of the stairs where he noticed the couple sleeping and waited there for around 10 minutes, contemplating whether to go down the stairs or not. But to be honest, I think that he was just caught by the movie that was on the TV.
He's like, oh, this is a
and
good,
stayed there
it's a good
and
movie,
watched.
bro.
A good movie is a good movie, all right? Anyways, he eventually stole her purse and he would leave with nothing else taken except that. After this video, Chicago residents in the Bucktown neighborhood were put on alert, as the man had apparently broken into multiple homes in the area, virtually undetected. Even while
Because y'all leave the door unlocked. I never understood why people leave the door unlocked and the window's wide open.
reportedly told the couple they had never seen anything quite like it before. The surveillance cameras had originally
And then be shocked whenever somebody breaks into your house and still something like, oh, I don't know why. How did he know I had this in my house? Because the window's wide open.
been installed to monitor the couple's 2 dogs, not from what I
my
joked
monitors are
earlier,
moving around.
and ended up capturing one of the creepiest home intrusion videos to go viral that year. It goes to show why you should always lock your doors.
You think?
Lock them every day, and one day you fall asleep and forget. And that might be the day when someone gets inside. But you might not be so lucky to get away with only a stolen purse.
One time, I came home at night and the missus accidentally left the keys in the door. Luckily, nothing happened. Next morning, we woke up, the keys were still in the door. So that was lucky. That was lucky. That was luck.
This next video comes from a man who created a social media page just to post a video that his security camera captured, something that left him completely
This man made a
unsettled.
whole
He
YouTube
posted
account
everything
just
people
or
had
TikTok
asked
account
for,
just to
but in
post
the end, neither him nor the audience really knew what actually happened.
one video.
there. So, what happened? He explains that in his living room he has a motion
Arlo?
detection camera. Basically, it starts recording whenever something passes in front of it.
Oh, please
On
don't be a
this
ghost. It's gonna be a
particular
ghost.
day, he was at work.
It's gonna
when
be
he
a ghost.
Received a notification that movement had been detected inside the house. He has a dog, so he thought it was probably just him moving around. But when he checked the footage, he saw this.
It's gonna be a ghost. What was that?
The camera began recording even though there was nothing there. That was weird, but it got even stranger when his dog came into the frame, acting unusual.
Oh, it's gonna be a reflection. It's gonna be a reflection.
That wasn't
Bro, I'm
visible on
always scared.
camera.
I'm always scared that I'm being like somewhere where there's TV and the TV's off, and I'm gonna look in the reflection. I'm gonna see something in the background. I'm terrified of that, bro. I'm terrified of that.
What was about to happen next? No
My
one
back is just-
expected it.
I see something moving in TV. What's happening? The dog's looking up. Is the dog getting choked? Is something grabbing the dog? Something was grabbing the
It's very
dog.
difficult to notice at first, but when the footage is enhanced, you can clearly see the collar around the dog's neck being forcefully pulled by
He got
something
pulled-
we can't see. The man says the collar was tightly secured and couldn't possibly fall off on its own. He even made a separate video showing how tight it normally is and explaining that it can only be removed by manually opening it. At first glance, it almost looks like the dog sneezed and the collar just slipped off. But no, if you look closer, you can see the collar move in a strange, unnatural way. Almost like it's being pulled by something. Like there's a force or...
What if he has curtains over? He has blinds over there, right? They had the dangly things they gotta pull. What if the dog was in that and it got tied around the collar, like got up under the collar? And he's like, bruh, like, and then when he walked back, it just pulled it. That's just me trying not to be scared of it, but you know.
trajectory behind it. Honestly, it's hard to come up with any explanation other than something paranormal. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I always try to debunk things first. But
That's just my
sometimes
thinking,
there
because it
are
could be
situations
the
I
blinds
just
that have the
can't
little dangly
explain.
thingies.
Things I've seen myself in the past and things like what happened
I know
in
some of
this
them,
video.
some of them dangly
It's
things
also not
dangle down
easy
really
to control
low.
the dog's behavior, and in this case,
But also,
it was
bro
clear
seemed a
the
little
dog was
scared though.
In a more recent video, the uploader shows his dog again and mentions that ever since that moment, it hasn't really been the same. And I'll be honest, that part is what makes this whole thing even more unsettling to me. So tell me what you think it was. Do you actually believe in the
See, that's why he's
paranormal?
looking up like that, because it's a string that got stuck to the back.
In 2015, a family living in the Evergreen neighborhood of San Jose, California, came home to discover their house had been broken into. Nothing was ever recovered, and the people responsible were never identified.
Ow.
Following advice from police, the homeowner, a man named Bikram Singh, installed security cameras throughout the property.
They've been in the
6
house the whole
total,
time. They're still there.
covering multiple angles inside and outside the house.
I
What
believe
no
every
one
house
knew
needs
at the
security
time
cameras.
was that another break-in was already being planned. On the morning of May 8th, just before 11 a.m., the cameras started recording. 2 young men dressed in black climbed over the backyard fence. Before entering, they stopped for a moment and looked through the sliding glass door at the back of the house. Then they tried the handle and realized the door was unlocked.
Why y'all
They
keep leaving the
walked right
doors
in.
unlocked, bro? I don't
Once
care if it's a back
inside,
door or
they
not.
immediately went to the kitchen. One of them found the house phone sitting on the counter and disconnected it, which already made it clear they didn't want anyone inside calling for help. Then they started going through drawers until they found kitchen knives, which they took with them. Another camera captured them heading upstairs while holding the knives.
Bruh.
Upstairs, they moved from room to room, checking the house. Most of them were empty. Then one of the intruders stopped outside a locked door at the end of the hallway. It was the master bedroom. He leaned closer and listened carefully. From inside, he could hear a baby crying. Inside that room was Bikram's sister-in-law, Rosie, her mother, and the family's child. Rosie had been babysitting when the intruders entered the house, and after hearing footsteps on the stairs, they locked the bedroom door and stayed quiet. The man outside called his partner over and told him there were people inside the room, but instead of leaving, they walked up to the door and started aggressively kicking it.
Really, bro?
Eventually,
Really?
They managed to punch a hole through the door and even thrust the knives through the opening. And honestly, hearing a baby crying inside and still trying to force your way
Like,
in
what do y'all,
while
like-
armed with knives, that's absolutely heartless. At that point, Rosie threw herself against the door from the other side, trying to hold it shut, while her mother ran into the bathroom with the baby and locked that door too. Rosie screamed that she had already called the police, and luckily, that finally caused the men to panic and run away before they could fully break into the room. When police reviewed the footage afterward,
I mean,
they
clearly,
had
obviously,
clear
thieves aren't
images
smart,
of
so-
both intruders, their clothes, even the way they moved through the house. But despite all that,
They couldn't find
had
them,
no
yeah.
names, no leads,
Of course they
nothing.
couldn't.
And that's what makes this case so unsettling. These
course.
weren't people who accidentally entered an occupied house and got scared. They disconnected the phone before going upstairs.
They were gonna hold
They
somebody
armed
hostage.
themselves in the kitchen before searching the rooms. It's really hard to look at this as just a robbery attempt and not something more targeted. Shortly after the incident, a 17-year-old named Simarjeet Singh turned himself in. He wasn't one of the two men seen on camera, but prosecutors alleged he was the one who planned the entire thing. He was Bikram Singh's own son, and according to investigators, he had allegedly given the intruders details about the house, the layout, and the exact time to go in.
Nah.
These burglars broke into that house once and then came back and did it again, and that's illegal. But if you already
And that's
finished
illegal.
this video, it's legal to continue watching
In
another
the video,
one. Come on.
damn, that was crazy. That was crazy. Own son was behind it. He definitely wanted, like, I feel like he wanted to end the father. But that's why I'm thinking, like, hey, I don't know. Always have the moral of the story. Always have cameras. Always record everything you do. If it's a situation that need to be recorded, record it. That's it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If I did, give it a thumbs up. And if you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.